Welcome to the newest installment of the Untitled Film Nerd Project. My name is Philip, and joining me as always is TJ.
Hello.
We march on with our fourth annual 31 Days of Horror, where we watch a different horror movie every single night in October. Today marks day 14, and we split movies again. My movie was Annabelle, and TJ, your movie was...
Goodnight, Mommy.
A movie that I have been trying to get you to see for almost a year now.
Very true.
Because I watched it during 31 Days of Horror last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm interested. What'd you think?
That was a rough movie.
It was such a good movie.
Like Austria, are you okay?
Nice.
Yeah, it was really good. Really horrific. I always got to commend movies like that. That as much as we talk about how much a score helps a movie, with certain movies such as this, where there is no score,
Right.
just as much helps.
Oh
the
yeah,
movie.
yeah. Ambient noise is sometimes all you get.
Yeah. Yeah, especially when one of the points is to make everything feel so uncomfortable, and the lack of sound just amplifies that.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, I'm really, really glad you liked it.
The kids were fantastic.
Oh,
Interesting
yeah.
enough, their real names in real life are Elias and Lucas. Just that poor mom, but at the same time, it's just like, okay, so you have a little boy that has not let go of the fact that his twin has died.
Right.
You go and have plastic surgery.
Right.
You're a total shit. Did you not? I mean, obviously you can afford it. Did you not think to maybe hire a temporary nanny?
Nah.
Something?
Just leave your emotionally scarred son at home alone.
Yeah. To wander the entire countryside.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah. I was like, devil's in the details and foresight and all that.
Right.
But, yeah, that was a rough movie.
Yeah, I have a big smile on my face. I'm very happy that you liked it.
Yes, it was very good.
Because you own it, don't you? Didn't you buy it? I thought you got it on like Voodoo or something.
I was going to buy it one time, but I ended up buying something else. But it's free on Voodoo, so.
Oh, okay. Okay, I gotcha.
But yeah, that was good.
Did you see the twist?
Which part?
The brother being dead.
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay, I didn't.
Oh, yeah. I totally got that from the very first moment when she wasn't talking to him whatsoever.
Well, aren't you Mr. Smarty Pants?
Well, I mean, after we see enough horror movies, or more to the point, after we see enough J-horror movies.
True, yeah.
It's just one of those things that, I picked up on. But, so I knew that twist was coming.
Oh, okay, I didn't.
But I didn't know what was going to happen to her.
Right, yeah.
And holy shit.
It was a very simple but effective movie. One that could only be done in a foreign film like that. With that, it just had so much, like, even like the silence had weight, like you were saying, with the lack of score and the ambient noise. Just that silence and what was going on, just it carries so much more weight.
It's a bitchin' ass house, by the way.
Right? Yeah.
And Austria apparently has really big bugs.
Yeah. Not a fan of that.
I was not liking that whatsoever. But yeah. So that was my movie.
Okay, awesome. I'm really, really happy you liked it.
And now on to yours. Now, if you could see, if there's a thought bubble above my head, that thought bubble would be dripping at that statement.
You are waiting, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay, so, well, I don't know where to start other than just to start. What the fuck? Like, you warned me. You did. And I still went into it with an open mind. because we don't always. We agree like 90% of the time. Sometimes we don't. Mm-hmm. And it started out with a glimmer of promise, with a hint of promise. I liked the intro. I really liked. In the end, there's only like 2 shots that I liked, but one of the shots that I liked was when they were point of view from the couple's bedroom, looking across the way to the neighbor's bedroom.
Yeah, and they're being murdered.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I liked that.
Mm-hmm.
And the other scene that I liked was the elevator scene, which she kept going back to the same floor.
Mm-hmm.
Which coincidentally was directed by James Wan, who did Saw and all that stuff. So that makes sense. So the part that I liked the most, he directed. That makes sense.
Oh, okay.
It was very Silent Hill.
Uh-huh.
You know, you push a floor, you go back to the same floor. Push a floor, go back to the same floor. Push a floor, go back to the same floor.
Yeah.
Another positive, they do make Annabelle look so much creepier than what Annabelle actually looks like, which is a Raggedy Ann doll. Mm-hmm. So props to that. I don't know who the hell would ever own that doll. Mm-hmm. But let me just run through Annabelle's magical powers. This is what I've been waiting to share with you. I wrote down Annabelle's magical powers to share. Mm-hmm. So we have Annabelle and her evil power to start nursery mobiles and sewing machines.
Uh-huh.
We have Annabelle and her evil power of making Jiffy Pop. We have Annabelle and her evil power of turning the stereo on. We have Annabelle and her evil power of blowing the wind through curtains.
Uh-huh.
We have Annabelle and her evil power of opening doors. I thought I wrote more, maybe not. I was just ranting after that.
Oh, no, it makes sense that might be about it, as far as her powers go.
This movie didn't need Annabelle in it.
No.
At all. It was like a cash grab. Mm-hmm. I think that they did the lore of Annabelle and Injustice here, because it's really interesting. The actual story of Annabelle.
Oh yeah.
Is very
totally
interesting.
Agree.
And this is like they didn't know what it wanted to be. Mm-hmm. Are you a possession movie? Are you a poltergeist movie? Are you a haunting movie? Are you a possessed doll movie? Are you a demon movie?
Are you the Omen?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm sitting here, I'm furiously scribbling in my mind, like, what are you trying to be? I don't understand. And it was like a mashup of like different horror into one movie, and I'm like, just focus on one.
Yep.
And long, drawn out takes of Annabelle just sitting there. It's not scary. Mm-hmm. I almost laughed out loud twice. The scene where the wife can't find her baby, and the doors are slamming, and she's locked in the nursery, and I don't know if you remember, she like looks underneath like the bottom of the door, and Annabelle like falls to the ground on the other side. Mm-hmm. I had to cover my mouth to not laugh. It was really stupid. It was like, that's not scary. That's just dumb. Uh-huh. It was bad. It was bad. Yeah, you were dead on. It was really, really bad. It was. I mean, the directing. I don't know where the disconnect is. It's in the script. Uh-huh. So I don't know. I should have looked up who wrote it, but I didn't care enough.
Well, I know that the guy that did Wish Upon had something to do with it.
Yeah. I mean, Wish Upon was better than this.
Oh, yeah. Mm.
I mean, this isn't the worst ever.
No,
but it's there.
Yeah.
It's there. It's like right above. Like,
it might be trying to claw its way out of the bottom of the barrel, but at the end of the day, it's still at the bottom of the fucking barrel.
I mean, it had a couple cool scenes. Alfre Woodard, I like her a lot. I thought for what they had, the cast was okay. Mm-hmm. I just wasn't feeling the wife.
Yeah, I remember not liking her. I remember liking the husband more.
Yeah, same.
Alfre Woodard was wasted.
Yeah, exactly. I thought they were going to go somewhere else with it. Mm-hmm. Because in the very beginning, I think one of the first times, if not the first time you see her character, she's staring like off in the distance, kind of like half hidden, as the couple is walking out, and it looks really foreboding. Like she's looking at them really intensely, like she knows something or she is in on something. I wanted it to end when Alfred Woodard comes to help her. I wanted her to be in on the cult the whole time, and she's the one that takes the baby. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted.
Definitely would have been a lot more interesting.
Yeah, that would have been cool. It would have made everything going on make sense. She could have told some BS backstory about her daughter and what happened to her to get her to trust her and all that. But there's just so much wrong. And the bad editing was driving me crazy. You have to have the actors in the same spot. Especially the scene in the nursery where the husband and wife are talking and they're facing each other. And then the side edit, when they cut to the side, they're like shoulder to shoulder almost. Then it cuts back to from behind the husband and they're facing each other. And it cuts back to the side and they're almost side by side again. I'm like, that looks bad. It looks really bad. I just don't know. I could literally just rant about this movie for a long time. Just how bad it was. It was...
One of the things I already could not stand was... And I remember this from when Annabelle was introduced in The Conjuring.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, cool-looking doll. Spooky-looking doll. It would be something I imagine buying at Hot Topic, those Living Dead dolls.
Right.
Which, cool novelty item to have, but at the end of the day, obvious as fucking shit. It's like, oh, my wife likes to buy these pretty little dolls. I'll buy this ugly little fucker.
To finish her collection or something.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, sure, it looks a little bit possessed, but I'm sure it's fine.
And the way it was possessed was kind of meh.
Yeah, and I know that for licensing reasons, they could not use the actual Annabelle doll.
Right.
But the word of the day is subtlety. And just completely missing that point.
It didn't know, like I said earlier it just didn't know what it wanted to be.
Yeah.
Because it was focusing on Annabelle. Well, first it was focusing on Annabelle initially, and then it was just staying on Annabelle way too much in the beginning, when she wasn't even possessed or whatever yet. That's just misleading your audience. And then the Annabelle chick, her and her boyfriend kill the mom and dad, then try to kill the neighbors. They die. Her blood goes into the eyeball. Then she's Annabelle. Okay, I was with the movie up till then. I was okay. Interesting. I like the husband as well. I thought he was pretty cool, and I didn't mind the wife at this point. And then it just turned into like this Omen exorcist demon thing, the demon holding Annabelle scene.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? What are you doing?
And it's like, which is it? I mean, is it possessed by a demon or is it possessed by a cult chick?
Let's talk about the rules, because there has to be some rules here. The cult people wanted to give this demon a soul. Okay, can it just take any soul? Or what if it already has a soul picked out, like it had? It wanted the wife. Okay. Can Alfred Woodard just is there a rule that you can just substitute a soul? And if she gave the soul to the demon, why is Annabelle still
possessed?
Yeah. And what is it, like an auction thing? Like, we just auctioned off one soul. Okay, soul number 2. Come on down. We got another soul for you. Like, what's going on? Like, it doesn't make, the mythology doesn't make any sense. And like, does it have to, like, what are the rules for the soul? What are the soul rules? Because the ending, like, I get the act of heroism, but it made no sense.
And also, at the end of the day, the point was moot.
Yeah, because then Annabelle's still possessed and evil. So then, I mean, does she just like auction off another soul to another demon? What happens to the demon that got the soul? What happens to Alfred Woodard? Does she have to hold Annabelle when she jumps out the window for it to work?
Uh-huh.
I just what?
And even at that, like even going back by the part about Annabelle from The Conjuring, that introductory story,
Mhm.
it's like evil, more like just a prick. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
it just like to fuck with the other roommates. That was about it.
yeah, yeah.
So
I liked the scene of the little boy drawing the bus or the truck or
yes,
whatever hitting the carriage.
yes, I remember that.
Went nowhere with it.
Uh huh.
I would have been tracking down the parents and been like, "Hey, what the hell? This
Uh-huh.
is really kind of creepy and wrong. What's going on here?"
And apparently, we just live in a apartment building of psychics.
Right.
And also, how did they afford that apartment building?
Right. Did they move to Pasadena? Where did they live before? And if they went to Pasadena, they went to the church in the beginning in the town they were in. How are they still going to church if they moved to Pasadena? And how was the
Yeah.
father guy there?
Yeah,
I don't understand that. I mean, I could be really missing something here.
I mean
But-
that. You must be super rich if you move your priest with you.
Right? Here we got you a big new church.
At which point you could afford a better doll.
Father psychologist. And what the fuck is she sewing? She's sewing the entire movie.
Oh, I know.
Is it doll clothes? Is it baby clothes? Is it just big giant squares?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then how many times did she leave her daughter alone?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, what kind of shit ass mother are you? Like, Leo, maybe don't leave your fucking daughter alone, Mia.
Ah, she must know the mom from Walking Dead.
The ever popular. And then in my notes, I wrote, I was like, so now there's a devil and it lives in the storage?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what? It felt like they were just like, they had like little darts. They were like, okay, whew, okay, boom. Okay, that landed on tack. Okay, boom, boom. Okay, you possess Annabelle. Okay, we're going to throw another dart. Okay, Annabelle's going to be creepy for a while. Okay, let's throw another dart. Okay, poltergeist. We're throwing another dart. Okay, we're going to bring Insidious into it. Throw another dart. Okay, there's going to be a demon. Why? Just because, where's it going to be? In the storage. Where's the storage? A floor below somehow?
Yeah, like I literally think that it makes me feel like they plotted out. They created the jump scares first, and then tried to write a story around.
We're not done playing darts yet.
Uh-huh.
Another dart. Okay, whispery voices. We need whispery voices. Why? It's evil or something. Okay, another dart. Boom. Okay, we need doors slamming a lot. Is it a poltergeist? We don't know. Is it a ghost? We don't know. But there's a demon. What's the demon do? We don't know. What's Annabelle doing? We don't know. Okay, hold on. One more dart. Boom. Okay, we need writing on the ceiling. What's it going to say? Her soul. Why? We don't know. What's going to be written in crayon? Why? We don't know. It should have been called Annabelle. We don't know. Because they
Like the
didn't
only
know.
thing it was missing was Latin. Someone is speaking in Latin.
Which they had a priest right there who apparently followed them to Pasadena.
Yes.
Like I tried, I did, and then I'm gonna just speed through my notes and see what, because I've been ranting about Annabelle for like 15 minutes now. I said good job on the old timey groceries. That was good when they brought like groceries home. I also gave props to the baby because I thought it must be really hard to find like baby actors that don't stare at the cast and crew behind them.
Yeah.
With the camera. It did it. The baby looked off a couple times, but it did a good job of staying focused on the mom and dad.
I'm looking forward to the future of this baby's acting career.
Right? Really good. I took 4 pages of ranty notes. I wrote, she's at the bookstore now. Where is her baby? She was at the bookstore by herself.
Mm-hmm.
And then I hate that stupid, is the baby in the carriage? No, oh no, it's just full of books. Like, ugh. She didn't have the baby in her arms at that scene. She didn't.
Oh, I know.
She didn't. Like I wrote, Annabelle is such a non-factor. She didn't even have to be in this. She could have been just been stalked by some demon creature that had latched onto her. Insidious. And there you go.
Yeah. When one of your only winning moves is being really good at picking out old-timey groceries.
Yeah. Good job, guys. Did you throw that on the dartboard too? No, we knew what we were doing there. Okay. This is a nitpick because I have worked with fake blood before.
Mm-hmm.
When the priest gets like catapulted backwards in the air, which, can we just say, or can I just ask rather? Okay, the priest takes Annabelle away, puts Annabelle in the front seat, gets creeped out, as he should, puts Annabelle in the back seat. Then we have this really, this sliver of light across Annabelle's face. If you watch that again, tell me Annabelle does not look stoned. Seriously, watch it again. Annabelle looks stoned out of her mind. But when the priest gets catapulted backwards and, busts his head and the blood, look at the blood splatter on the ground. It's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's splattered in an arc, and that only does that if you take like a brush or some kind of tool and like whip it down at the ground. It's going to go in that arc. If your head's going to smack against the ground and blood's going to fly out, it's going to fly out.
Uh-huh.
Not in an arc. It's going to go straight out, and it's not going to go in that. It's just not going to land like that. It's nitpicky, but that's not how it's going to happen. So it made it feel even more cheap. I wrote so much cliche because there's just so much cliche in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like all the darts were all cliche.
This movie was just as cliche and trope heavy as the first Ouija.
Yeah, and I actually didn't mind Ouija as much as this, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like that's the part where the window's open and Annabelle. There was a shot where Annabelle goes back to the window. Annabelle's sitting on the ground in front of the window. At that point, I wrote, "You're pretty much hitting the audience over the head." Like you were talking about subtlety. We get it. We get it. What we understand, we get. Annabelle's evil, and she's a poltergeist that's part insidious and has a demon that whispers voices and hates churches and writes on the ceiling in crayon.
Mm-hmm. It was a bad movie.
I'm trying to, like, my notes were so furious. I'm trying to, like, decipher what I wrote. Like, okay, I wrote, like, did she have to hold Annabelle while she fell? Then I wrote a bunch of arrows. How does it work now? Is Annabelle done? What does it do with a dead woman's soul? So the doll just collects souls for random demons? How did it get back to the fucking pawn shop or wherever? How did it get back to the store at the end? How did she get back there?
Well, and also, like, the self-sacrifice that Woodard had done. Mm-hmm. Could you not have, like, twisted your body around to where you landed on the damn doll?
Right. It was bad. Mm-hmm. It was really bad. And I was warned, and I admit that. And if not for the prequel coming out, I wouldn't have probably watched it.
Which is the only reason why it's even included this month.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if this wasn't coming out and we weren't going to watch this, the Annabelle creation, mm-hmm. I wouldn't. Yeah, I would never have seen this. I had no desire to. Doll movies aren't my favorite kind of horror anyway.
Yeah, which we have hope for Annabelle creation.
I have heard. I mean, like much like Ouija, the prequel.
Yes,
I've heard nothing but good things. Like I think I have yet to hear like one really negative thing about the movie. And it better be Annabelle creation. You better be fucking good because I sat through this hour and 38-minute bullshit.
Well, yeah. Now that the standard has been set very
low, very low. I don't want to limbo any lower with Annabelle creation, please. Please.
I mean, if this movie is nothing more than just a marketing ploy, then I commend you.
Right.
But
yeah.
I don't think it was. I'm just kind of wondering if the marketing team was like, let's make a really shitty movie.
And then make a really good movie
afterwards.
Did you see what Ouija did? We should do that. We should do a backstory, a creation story. Hey, let's call it Creation. Hey, that's a really good idea. And then, profit. How about you make a really strong first movie and then a really strong second movie? And then if you bomb the third Insidious, then you're fine. Because you made two awesome movies. Don't make me have to suffer through Annabelle. There was nothing like. We watched Babysitter last night. And then I watched Annabelle. It was like the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. It was like the agony and the ecstasy. I was like,
we fell far.
We did. Like I went from one extreme to the other. I should have whiplash from how quickly that happened. Positive thing is, I think there's only one way to go from here for me, and that's up.
Yes.
Because if we watch anything worse than Annabelle, holy crap. I'll be texting you during the movie being like, do we have to finish this movie? Like, I've only done it a handful of times, but so yeah, it's definitely in the top 10 worst horror movies I think I've ever seen.
Agreed.
At least I don't know if I say top 5, but it's on that cusp.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think we should do one day after the marathon's over. Just find our top 10 best and top 10 worst horror movies.
Agreed.
But I've ranted about this for almost half an hour now. I have nothing else to say about Annabelle. Don't see it unless you want to see it to get some backstory. And it's billed as first spin-off from The Conjuring. There's demons and poltergeists and devils or something and cult, which is never ever really explained.
No.
And the end. And there's a baby. Yep. And there's a baby. And it's left alone a lot.
And a fallen Woodard.
Yeah. Who deserved better?
Yes.
Way better.
So.
Yeah, I have nothing else to say about Annabelle. I'm glad you liked Goodnight, Mommy, but It is what it is. So, with that, I think that's all for this episode. Thank you for listening to me and TJ rant about Annabelle. He's been waiting for me to watch it for a long time so we can rant about it together. And join us tomorrow for day 15 of 31 Days of Horror. We're not sure what's going to be on tap yet. We'll figure that out. But until then, we will talk to you tomorrow. My name is Philip.
And I'm TJ.
Please like, share, and subscribe. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.